Libra, welcome to your weekly Sidereal astrology forecast. This is for the 19th of October through the 25th. My name is Athen. So this week we're entering into it in the first quarter phase, going into the gibbous phase. So essentially what that means is last week we had the new moon. Next week we have the full moon. So we're right in between the two lunar cycles, well, the two lunar, most important lunar aspects. And so the energies, we'll notice, are increasing in the sense of more energy available in terms of your alone time, your 12th house. That's where the new moon took place. And for you, it's to get that rest, that relaxation, that spiritual time out that is, of course, so important in life. And that's where the beginnings are for the next couple of weeks, but also for the next 6 months as well. So within the context of that, we do have some important aspects this week. Mars is still conjoining up to Jupiter. So there is still expansion and possibilities happening with the networking groups, friends area of your chart. It could have to do with gains from work, gains from career, and anything that you consider an ideal in your life, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, certainly can be actualized when taken nice and slow and grounded, which is the way to work with the Jupiter transit. But in either case, feeling quite optimistic about what's possible, about the community stuff, what you can contribute in the larger picture of things, and also maybe even doing some of that networking and socializing, which is so important in that 11th house. So within that, Mars is still very close by. A lot of you could still be very motivated and driven this early part of the week to expand on those levels, as well as maybe put some energy into communicating and the daily stuff, the routine stuff, since Jupiter rules those areas. And I think what will continue to expand, if you've been noticing this last week, is good fortune and maybe just new and existing relationships coming your way, and maybe even the financial stuff, since Mars does rule both your 2nd and your 7th house, kind of acts like Venus in your chart. So that's the early part of the week, and from the Wednesday, the 21st through the 24th, Saturday, we've got Mars opposing up to Chiron. So those same areas of life, the finances, material stuff, the relationships, is going through a healing this week with that opposition up to Chiron. So here it's about seeing the balance as it has been, seeing the importance of the possibilities, the hopes, the wishes, things like that, as well as the networking stuff. It's got to be balanced with what you're really passionate about. And when you're really tapping into that, and for you, it's a very spiritual thing right now with Neptune, but when you're tapping into that self-expression, when you're tapping into what's really meaningful to you and you're really passionate about, then you notice that is actually directly contributing to and what's really useful to the world, or the groups, or your friends or people in your life. And they're really the same thing when we look at it. So when you have that balanced perspective, and it's really self and other, then you do have this healing taking place. And I think that by the end of this week, you should be feeling quite rejuvenated in regards to maybe the financial, material stuff, as well as the relationship stuff. Now, in terms of the material stuff, of course, it is important for you to put hard work into that with Saturn in your 2nd house, I do just want to say. So that's this later part of the week. Then also on Thursday and Friday, Mercury is going to be squaring up to Pluto, as well as your ruler Venus trining up to Pluto. So Pluto's this sort of mixed energy this week, very supportive to you though. So good for change, good for changing maybe the self-image, whatever it is you're working on, your goals, stuff like that. Good week for pursuing those things, as well as the deeper transformational aspects of life. Really getting down to the truth of the matter and the depth, and connecting to the things that are really meaningful to you in general. And again, more positive energy for the networking and 11th house stuff as well. So very good there with Pluto. You should be feeling quite profound, quite powerful in that regards. And coming from compassion, of course, is always a good energy to work with Pluto. Now, in terms of this Mercury squaring up to Pluto from your 12th is signifying the importance of maybe there's some lines that need to be drawn in the sand regarding that alone time, that spiritual time out, maybe with your philosophy, some changes there. And it's so important with Pluto to just be non-attached, especially with a square. So non-attached to what might be unfolding, what might be unknown, what might be uncertain this week, which is the 12th. And through that, there's positive change, there's transformation, and it's all about this transformation of the mind and even of your communication. So bring that extra attention to your communications, take things nice and slow, maybe even the correspondence, and then you'll be working in tandem with this square. Now, Mercury is going to also be opposing up to Uranus here over the weekend, especially on Sunday. So it's so important that with all this, hopefully rest and relaxation, intuitive stuff that you're involved with, do see how you can bring that into the daily stuff, the daily activities, and vice versa, how maybe you can bring in more discipline to meditate or to do yoga or whatever it is that puts you in that present state. And naturally through that, you'll find the balance between the daily stuff of the 6th house and the spiritual stuff of the 12th. And through that, it can be quite a freeing weekend, but do keep everything nice and grounded in general with your philosophy, with what's possible in life. All that's good. Just keep both feet firmly on the ground, as well as anything you might be doing in the spiritual side of things, or watch any type of escaping or that kind of thing of the 12th house. Also, do the more healthier elements of the 12th, which is rest, relaxation, alone time, in whichever way is comfortable and healthy for you. So that's the main energy of the weekend, as well as Venus conjoining up to Jupiter. So you guys should be feeling quite optimistic, I would say, this weekend, and there certainly can be some good opportunities in general when the ruler of the chart goes over Jupiter. And here again, it's all in that 11th house of networking, group stuff, expanding those horizons, and generally too, seeing the possibilities that are available with your goals and things like that, maybe even pursuing that steadily this week could be a great way of working with these aspects. All right, Libra, so I hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.